Hello everyone, and I know we're living in crazy times. The Z8 was just announced from Nikon. Panasonic also launched their S2X, but yeah, I'm still making X-H2s videos. And here I have a list of improvements that I would like Fuji, if possible, to make to this already amazing camera. This is simple stuff. This is like comfort of life, comfort features, whatever you call it. So let's just get on with it. The first one, and this is like a major oversight, is separate buttons mapping for video and photo mode. What does this mean? Well, like any modern camera on the X-H2s, um, you can map buttons, customize them to do whatever you like. For instance, for video you can choose one of the buttons to give you like a zebra mode to see if your highlights are clipping. For photo mode you can choose like a specific button for photometry, for subject detection, and all sorts of things like that. But there are some features that are mutually exclusive between photo mode and video mode, and this is where the problem lies, because there is just one set of custom button mappings that are shared between the photo and video modes of this camera. Say for instance that you set one of your buttons for zebra mode. That button is going to be unusable in any of the photo modes because the camera just won't let you use it, so it'll be like a wasted space. So what I'm proposing, it probably can be done, is to have like separate custom key bindings for photo mode and for video mode. And what would be even better is to have separate custom binds for each of the 7 custom modes that you have on the camera. That would be even better. Okay, let's get on with the list. Shutter close on lens swap. Now, maybe I'm wrong on this one, but as far as I know, the X-H2s doesn't have this feature for the shutter to automatically close whenever you are swapping lenses. Next, and this one is pretty important to me at least, and I see it on other cameras but not on Fujifilm. Thicker, beefier focus area reticle. What does this mean? Okay, I'll just turn on the camera and hopefully I'll be able to show you. Let's put it in a photo mode. Okay, so as you can see, if it focuses, the camera has a focus reticle. Like anything that is in this area will be in focus. Now, here's the problem, and what I have noticed, for instance, on Sony cameras, that reticle is much thicker. Like for instance, this is, I don't know, like 2 pixels thick or something like that. Like on Sony ones I said like 3-4 pixels thick, like it's a really thick outline, and it's like a bright color, like a yellow or something, and that just helps you know which area you are focusing when you're taking picture or video when it's very bright outside and you cannot see your screen that well. So when light conditions are good, when it's not too bright, this is not a problem because you can see where you are focusing. But when it's very bright outside, essentially you look at the screen, you can make out like sort of what's going on, but you cannot really tell well that where that reticle is, where exactly you are focusing. And also, if you have the screen touch function activated and you accidentally touch a part of the screen and move that focus box somewhere, you won't even be able to tell, and basically all your pictures will be out of focus. That's a really bad one. Okay, next one. Option to map a button to quickly swap to other profile than C1. Now, Fujifilm made a really great thing, like you can swap between photo mode and video modes on your custom dials, but they also made it that you can assign one button, I have it on the up one here, to quickly swap to your C1 profile from here. Now the thing that you want to do is that you want to set that C1 to a video type of mode, and what that allows you to do is like do hybrid coverage. You take pictures, and let's say there's something that you want to catch as motion, like a video. You can quickly swap to that C1, press the record button, and it starts recording. Now the problem is that I have set my custom modes before I knew of this function, and I don't really want to redo them. I don't want to rearrange them in order to accommodate for this shortcoming of the camera software. So what I would like Fuji to do is to give us the ability to choose to quickly swap to any profile that we might like other than C1. So let's say, even for instance, you can assign multiple like buttons, like you quickly swap to C1, quickly swap to C2, C3, C4, or whatever you want. That would be pretty amazing. Okay, now this one is really annoying. Fuji allows you in photo mode to assign one button to record video. It doesn't say how it's recording it, where it gets its settings, it just does it. The problem is that it always defaults to 100th of a second shutter speed when doing this thing, and that's really annoying. At least if you take your video recording slightly seriously, like if you record at 24p, you want the 48th of shutter speed. If you record at 60p, you want 120, so on, so forth. And that is really annoying, because if that recording function, that quick recording function, would work properly, if you were able to set the settings for it and for the camera to actually follow those settings, it would become the ultimate hybrid camera, because it's faster than just switching to C1 and then pressing record. You can just press, for example, the record button right here. You just press it and just starts recording, and that would be the end of it. Okay, next one. Assign front scroll wheel to ISO. Now, I know we have a dedicated ISO button, I am perfectly aware of that, and I like the button. I actually like it. I didn't like it at first, but I have grown to like it. But I would also like to be able to just assign the front wheel to just change the ISO without having to press the ISO button. And there is another issue that I think should be also addressed. Like, for instance, let's see if I'm right on this one. So I press the ISO, and now you can use the front wheel to change ISO. So let's see, if I scroll to the right, let's see, it doesn't want to go down. No, actually it doesn't want to do anything. So the front wheel actually doesn't want to change the ISO even when you press the ISO button. So you have to use the back one. And the back one works in reverse of how you would think. Like, so if you scroll to the right, it goes down in ISO, and if you scroll left, it goes up. Frankly, it should be the other way around, or at least give us the option to change this. Okay, moving on. Assign front scroll wheel to change between subjects. Okay, let's say you're doing an event, a wedding or whatever, and you have multiple people in the picture, and you just want one of them to be tack sharp, eye autofocus, and all that stuff. And again, this goes back to the way Fuji does their autofocusing with the reticle. When you engage human eye detection, it just finds it all over the place, all over the picture. So it would be nice if Fuji could just like restrain that detection, like Nikon is doing. Like, just give me one square that I can make either long or square for whatever shape I want, and make it so that it only detects people in that area particularly, so I don't have to like faff around to try to change subject. I mean, it's not hard to change the subject, but it could be easier. Also, it would be cool if we could change the subject, like using the front wheel, like a front scroll wheel, like change subject, because this wheel is very clicky, very tactile, so you could actually like right subject, left subject, etc. It would be really cool if they did that. Okay, let's see if we have anything else. Well, that's it. That was like 8 or 9 improvements that Fujifilm could make to the X-H2s. I thank you all for sticking this far. I wish you all the best, and I'll see you next time.